I want to ask you a question. A question for all of the listeners of this podcast. How many hours per day do you think? Take a minute, think about it. Your answer probably would be, I never thought about that. So let me get this straight. You are thinking all the time and yet you never think about how much time you spend thinking. That sounds like an addiction to me. I know because I'm addicted to thinking too. When we eat too much, we can say I'm overeating, I need to eat less. When we work too much, we can say I'm getting tired, I'm getting burnout, I need to stop working. When we drink too much, we can say I need to stop, I need a bottle of water. But when we think too much, we can't just say I'm overthinking. I need a different approach to unlock my brain. I need to stop it. But the problem is that we don't consider overthinking as a problem. When someone says that overthinking is bad, we often assume that only negative thoughts are wrong. And by the definition, it automatically means that positive thoughts are good. That's the thinking error that I've made in the past. And I'll tell you why it's a mistake to assume positive thoughts are good. But first, let's talk about the difference between positive thoughts and negative thoughts. I think most of us can agree that negative thoughts are related to worrying, complaining, anger, feeling sorry for yourself, blaming others. Similarly, we can agree that the following thoughts are considered positive: trying to solve problems, studying, understanding knowledge, planning, visualization, setting goals. What most self-help advice say is scrap the negative thought and double down the positive thoughts. When you think about it casually, it sounds like a good advice. After all, negative thoughts make our life worse and positive thoughts should make our lives better, right? I wish that were the case. I genuinely do. However, the truth is that when you overuse your brain just like a drain, it can get clogged. The result, foggy thinking, which leads to bad decision making. And let me tell you something. You are not your thoughts. Sure, you become whatever you think. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Our life situation is shaped by the quality of our thoughts. I believe in that. However, most of us assume that we are our thoughts. We say, well, I can't help it. That's just me. I can't stop overthinking. No, that's not you. That's totally not you. You can decide what thought to ignore in your mind. The beginning of freedom is the realization that you are not the possessing entity. The only way to stop identifying yourself with your thought is to stop following through on all of your thoughts. Instead, decide to live in the present moment, where you don't have time to think, only to experience. Think of thinking as a tool. And instead of using that tool during the 16 or 17 hour that you are awake, only use it when you need it. But how do you do that? Here's a 4-step process that I use to stop overthinking. First, raise your awareness throughout the day. Always realize that too much thinking defeats the purpose. When you raise awareness, immediately start observing your thoughts. Every time you start thinking, don't follow through. Just observe how you start thinking. When you do that, you'll automatically stop. Only limit your thinking to specific moments that you need it. For example, when you're thinking about setting your daily priorities, sit down and think. That might take 5 minutes. During that time, it's perfectly fine to think and follow through on your thoughts. Or when you're journaling, you are also thinking during the process. That's also fine. We are trying to stop the constant thinking. We don't want to become a monk. And lastly, enjoy your life. Let go of all your thoughts about yesterday and tomorrow, no matter how much you want to achieve in the future or no matter how much you have suffered in the past. Appreciate that you're alive now. Look, you don't need me to tell you how awesome it is to be alive. By the way, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to enjoy doing the dishes. And that's not my style. I just can't fool myself like that. I enjoy the present moment in a different way. I let go of every thought in my mind. While I'm doing something I don't really like doing the dishes, I don't think at all. I just do it without judgment. But when I'm doing something I actually like, no matter how small or big it is, I genuinely enjoy it. Listening to music, watching a movie, or spending time with my family, friends, I'm in the moment. I don't think about my goal, failures, or things I have to do tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. I'm just here, right now, at this very moment. Just like the moment you're listening to me. When it's gone, it's gone. Realize that on a deeper level, and you'll never even dare to leave the present. Are you with me? Oh wait, you don't answer that question. Just do it.